Remember back when you were in high school reading the books in social studies or history classes about situations where you thought to yourself or even said it out loud at some point, I wonder what I would have done, or there's no way I would have done that if I lived back then. You remember that? Well, what if I were to tell you you have a good chance right now to make those thoughts and sayings that you made back then manifested today? What if I were to tell you that? What would you do? What would you say? How would you react? Come on, Zane. Start the truck. It was in high school. Mrs. Kim's English class, first period. I'll never forget it. 1940s was the setting, and would you believe, here in 2025, it's happening in the United States. It's unbelievable. You wouldn't even imagine it unless you saw it or feel it for yourself. In 1940, it was World War II. The Nazis were in their first full year of their ethnic cleaning. Jews would hide and seek shelter from oppressors, murderers, thugs, hateful people, fascist people, and regimes. The Diary of Anne Frank was the book. That's the book we read in Mrs. Kim's English class. You could hear a pin drop through the pauses between every new line read from classmates. The usual laughs and outbursts and normal high schooler nonsense was nowhere around. The eagerness of the next class's bell wasn't even a thought. We were drawn in. The discussions after and those thoughts of what we would have done in that situation would go on for days while finishing the book, and even writing essays that had to be graded on the topic of World War II. Now, do you realize there are people right now in our country, the United States of America, the land of opportunity, the land of freedom, the land of democracy, that are literally hiding and seeking refuge from oppressors, from thugs, hateful fascist people, and regimes? You realize that? Or do you have your blinders on? It's not hidden. It's within plain sight, much like in 1940. But I understand it doesn't affect you, right? No one is hunting you down. No one is targeting your skin color, your religion, right? So I'll put on my rose-colored and sit in front of my flat screen TV and be fed whatever they would like me to know about today and moving forward, right? Afraid to work, afraid to drive, afraid to go to school, afraid to go to church, a graduation, a hospital, even an appointment at a courthouse for the very thing fascists don't want you seeking. But it doesn't affect you, right? It doesn't affect me. We keep saying that. We don't see it, so how can it affect us? We still see things on the shelves. We still see our produce. We're good. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect me. People rounded up, given numbers, and sent to concentration camps where they would eventually die. Today, where we are right now, listening to this on YouTube, people are being rounded up, sent to detention centers, aka concentration camps, stripped from their families, sent to other countries they have long fled for many reasons, seeking a better life, much like many of your ancestors outside of natives and African Americans, who too were rounded up and stripped from their families, beaten, enslaved, sold, lynched, conquered. But you continue to say it doesn't affect you, right? It doesn't affect me. It will, it does, and it has. Farmers, truckers, this is for you. You cannot keep voting against your own interests. Your claims of making farming or trucking great again are empty phrases just to motivate fascism within the country. Your constant blaming of others because of your direct voting failures. But it doesn't affect you, right? It doesn't affect me, right? It will, it does, and it has. My black brothers and sisters, this is for you. I understand the movement. I got the assignment. It's not our fight, right? Well, it is. It is because although many Hispanics voted against their interests and believe in the MAGA movement, a lot haven't. And we owe it. When some of our ancestors fled the U.S. to Puebla City, Mexico, it was the Mexicans who picked up arms, pitchforks and shovels, backhoes and rocks to fight on our behalf. Not to mention long before President Obama, Mexico celebrated Vicente Guerrero, an Afro-Mexican and the second president of that country. Remember Jim Crow. Remember Reconstruction. Remember the enslaved. This was our ancestors rounded up, stripped from families, imprisoned, beaten, hanged. This was our diary. 1940s was Anne Frank's diary. Today, 2025, is the diary of. That's right. I'm Nick Anthony, crack bent or broken. If you aren't mad, you aren't paying attention.